Hey there, welcome back friends. In our last video we were successful in implementing the DAO layer. We have added the business logic for all the 4 methods inside this particular class, which was working properly again, but somehow there was some kind of crash when we were trying to perform operations. So in this video, first of all, let us check what was going wrong. So if I navigate to this package resources, we have our resource brands. Let me open up this particular file. In here, when we are trying to produce a specific what we say list, we are trying to print it using a text format, right? Now the Jersey implementation or JAX-RS doesn't know how to convert this particular list into a plain text format. And what specific format does Jersey will use? So in order to convert some object to some other format, Jersey, the JAX-RS implementation will require some hints, some help. First of all, it is a bad idea to represent a list using text format. Why? Because it would be very tedious to extract information, right? So first of all, let us update the media type. As of now, we will use the XML format. The most popular format in which we communicate with the client is XML or JSON. So first of all, let us make use of XML. Alright, so here is the change which we have made. Let me make this change for rest of the methods as well real quick. Here we go. So this looks good to me. And now when we produce a XML response, when we are sending in a XML response, Jersey JAX-RS implementation will definitely require some additional information, and that information would be based on your list type. The type of the list is based on our entity class. The entity class is brand entity. Let me open up the entity class. Here we go. So in here we must specify that this class is nothing but our root element. So in here again we will make use of something known as XML root element, and we are good to go. Now with this hint that this class is nothing but the root element, JAX-RS will be able to convert this list into a XML response. Alright, so this looks good to me. Finally, let me run this application on the web server. This will take a couple of seconds. Alright, our application is up and running. Let us hit this particular method by navigating to /showroom/brands URL, and we can definitely do it directly from our Eclipse IDE. Let me also show you the console. Now Hibernate is in action. In the background, Hibernate will connect with the database based on the configuration we have provided, and I guess we will get the response. Here is the response. Fantastic. So all the information from the database has been fetched. Again, let me copy this particular URL. Let me navigate to Google Chrome. Let us open up Postman. Alright, let me send in. Alright, so here is the response. We have sent the request. Here is the response, but this is based on the preview. Let me show you the raw format. So here is the format which we have received. Now moving forward, finally let us try to post some information in the database so that we can get information added in the database, right? So this is interesting. First of all, this format is very important. This XML is very important. For a specific row, we want exactly this format. So let me copy this particular part real quick. In here we have the root node as brand entity, and then we have the child node as brand ID and brand name. So again, let me copy this particular part. Let me convert this to a post method. Let me paste in the format. Definitely we will make some changes. ID would be, for example, 3, and brand name would be, for example, TVS. This looks good to me. It would be a XML response. Now there is an important thing. in here we need to add in a header information. So it would be like content type. We are specifying that which type of the data we are sending in, and the type is application slash XML. Now friends, there are some specific set of values which we can use. One of the value is application slash XML. You can simply Google and check out the possible values for content type. Alright, so this looks good to me. Let us send in the request, and here is the output. Output is nothing. Now here comes the important thing. The status code is very important. What is a status code? A status code will specify that what actually happened in the server. The current status code is 204, which is in the success category, and if we hover upon this, it says the server successfully processed the request but is not returning any content, which is perfect response. And now if we navigate to our database and we refresh the database, we can see that our data has been added in the database, which is perfect. All right. Now moving forward, let us try to modify something in the database, right? So now let me again convert this response to put. Our header is already set to application slash XML and everything is good. So now we will update the information where the ID is 1, for example. So let me convert it. And the brand would be, for example, Ducati. Alright, so we are updating the name, right? Let us send in, and here is some kind of error. Method not allowed. Let us check what is going wrong. Let us navigate to Eclipse. Let us check. And definitely we have made a mistake. The path is /brands/brand ID. So it is important to give the brand ID in here. So it would be like /1. Alright, so now let us send in the request, and definitely we got a successful response. Again, let us navigate to Workbench. Let me refresh, and here is no output. In fact, somehow something went wrong. In fact, let me check what is going wrong. Let us open up Eclipse, and I'm pretty sure that the issue is in our DAO layer, and this could be the point of issue. So let me comment out this particular line. In fact, I can identify where we went wrong. So it would be like brand dot set brand name. We need to set the information, then only the information would be updated. And from where we will get the information, definitely we will make use of the getter value, getter method from our update brand object. So it would be like get brand name. Alright, so this should fix the issue. Let me rerun this application real quick. This will again take a couple of seconds. Alright, so the application is up and running. Let me open up Postman and let me retry. This time I should get a proper result. So I got a proper result. Fantastic. Let us navigate to the database. Let me refresh, and here is the updated value. Perfect. Now finally, let us navigate and try to delete, right? So in here, let us try to understand the business logic. In here, when we are deleting the information, what we need? We only need ID. We don't need an object of entity class type. So that's one thing. Now again, let us navigate to brands.java file. Let me open up this particular class. In here, we say that this particular method will consume a XML file. In fact, we don't require a XML file for deleting a specific record. We simply need this particular brand ID. So first of all, let us get rid of this consumes annotation. We don't need it. Let me save the changes. And now moving forward, we can directly run our application. We can directly request this particular URL pattern, and our work should be done. This will take a couple of seconds to reload the context. Reloading is done. Let us navigate to Postman. Let me convert the method to delete. Let us get rid of the header. Let us also get rid of this particular raw data. And now let us send in the request. It is taking some time in the background. I suppose there is some processing is going, and here is the output. Definitely the output is successful. Let us try to check the database. Let me refresh, and the data with ID 1 is gone. Perfect. So our application is up and running. Every method, delete, put, post and get, every method is working as expected. Alright, so this is it for today's video. In our next video, we will again check how to deal with the application where the data is in type JSON. So we will deal with JSON response and request in our next video. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day and take care.